So, the Joe Rogan subreddit is a subreddit. Wow, breaking analysis right there. Great way to start. The Joe Rogan subreddit is one that I've looked at before and found very right wing, I believe. And now when I look at it, and I looked at it about a week ago, so this is I'm doing this sort of in retrospect. There's been a very interesting shift in the perspective in this subreddit. Maybe it's always been like this, but I really feel like it's ramped up lately, because the subreddit is criticizing Joe Rogan like a lot. Secular Talk talked about this as well. Well, no spoilers now. Look, a lot of these you can see by the comment count here. Joe discusses the possibility of the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. Let's take a look at a little segment, huh? Let's dive on in. Let's see what's going on. Perfect.
I just inhaled a piece of marijuana. Ugh. That's what happens when you. Blah. So apparently, abortion's illegal again, right? What happened?
What, here?
Did you hear what happened? Not just here. No, there's a leaked memo. Apparently, someone leaked something that says that they're going to overturn Roe v. Wade. I don't know if it's real. Everyone's already commenting on it as if it is real. I don't know if it is real. But apparently what that means is that it's going to be up to the states. So people who live in states where abortion is already, like blue states, I don't think they have a worry. But other states probably do. It's kind of...
Hey, medical tourism.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's fucking weird, man. It's weird. People telling other people what they can and can't do with their body is weird because, like, Texas has a weird law. No, I shouldn't say a weird law. A terrible law where it's 6 weeks. Who the fuck knows they're pregnant at 6 weeks?
Thanks, Joe.
You just missed your period. Like people
I just found out I had COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have been a baby ago.
And girls who have...
Oh, man. Doesn't he look a little bit like Gilbert Godfrey? Rest in peace. Yeah.
And girls who have irregular periods, that happens all the time, I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a vagina. But that's what I hear. I hear it happens all the time. And so for the longest time, people have dealt with that and just sort of live their life and take a pregnancy test. And now you find out that you're pregnant. You literally have like a fucking week to find a place, get an abortion. If you want to get an abortion, make a decision. You have to make a decision, but the thing that I'm thinking of is people that have like, if
wait, Gilbert Godfrey is dead? What a way to find out. I'm sorry.
Something happens to you. Like, what if you get raped? What if anything like that? Or what if, some, like a family member molest someone?
I used to have a bit about it, but it's a talking point. Like, how should it be okay in cases of rape? That's like saying a fetus is a living thing unless his dad was an asshole.
Right.
How's it the baby's fault his dad was a
exactly
rapist?
Right? How is it the baby's fault?
Oh, by the way, the point made right there is the reason why I never talk about the rape and incest bit ever. I never talk about it. It's morally inconsistent. If you think that life begins at conception, you would never argue that you could murder a person to like bring convenience to a person who's the victim of rape or like an incestuous baby or whatever, So I don't even bother. Like it's all or nothing. The rape and incest thing is like this half and half argument, like this, like, well, okay, well, we do think that a fetus is a person, but like that's not like so important, It's like it's not even worth. If anything, I think arguing it concedes the idea that the fetus is a person, which I don't believe. So I like it doesn't even. Yeah, I don't know.
But what if it's your father or something fucking crazy sick? Yeah. It's just, I just don't like, I don't like people telling other people what they can and can't do, but it gets weird when the baby gets like 6 months old. It gets weird when they're really, really pregnant because in some states, for the longest, I don't know what the rules are now, but I know that some states had late-term abortions, and sometimes you need one for medical reasons, right? Like the woman could die if she gives birth. Like it's a decision that people have to make.
Well, if you look back, what was your favorite part of being a fetus?
Well, what was your favorite part of being 3? Should I be able to shoot you at 3 because I don't want to take care of you anymore? It's one of those things. It's like I am 100% for a woman's right to choose. But as a human being, just a person observing things, there's a big difference between a little clump of cells and a fetus with an eyeball and a beating heart. And for anybody to pretend there's not, it's you're not doing any
But
argument.
where do you draw the line?
Right, where do you draw the line? Yeah, that's the question. And it's what I call a human issue. It's a very complicated issue. It's so fraught with emotion, and it's so political.
So political. Of course, I think something like 92% of abortions done. No, like 92% of abortions done are like first or second trimester, and the ones that are done in third trimester are like always for medical reasons. Nobody carries a pregnancy to 8 months only to go, never mind. Because at that point, you've already done the goddamn pregnancy at that point, you know? Anyway, the reason we're looking through this, I want to look through a couple of these clips. The subreddit is being surprisingly critical of Joe Rogan, which isn't something that I saw that much of in the past. Do we want to switch to, do we don't want to do that? Does the subreddit not let you do that? Interesting. Moderators in shambles, so it would seem. Yeah, sure, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Reddit servers. Make no mistake, we're looking for radical fundamentals. Good on Joe for calling the law bad. I think that Joe was mostly fine in this clip, by the way. Nobody was having a goddamn 6-month abortion unless the mother's life was at risk, compromising. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. 98.7%, according to the Joe Rogan Reddit. 98.7% of abortions are done in the first 2 trimesters. There we go. This is a very reputable location to derive your info from. That makes more sense than 92% though, because it's very uncommon, you know. Very, very uncommon. Moderators in shambles. Looks like this thread's mostly civil. But we're gonna keep looking, folks, because there was one in particular that I saw. Oh, this is the one. 3,000 comments. Here we go. Hold on. I don't know why Reddit's being like this. I don't know why the load times are so long.
What's
Joe.
Stuff?
You see, it's even delaying after I click. It's taking a while to...
That they're going to come out with?
Universal
basic income.
I just think that was a good idea before the pandemic. During the pandemic, when everybody's getting the money from the government, people didn't want to work, and I was like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is not smart.
Well, that's what they wanted. They wanted the universal basic. That's what they want, is universal basic income, and then...
You got to give people some incentive to do things.
Doing it here.
$1,000 per month universal basic income pilot program on Austin City Council agenda.
Yeah.
Those dudes are just going to do a lot of coke.
It's a small amount of people.
85 families.
Yeah.
I'm not
a lot of coke on $1,000 a month? That right there is that's an I have 9 digits in the bank attitude right there. How much could a month of cocaine be? $1,000.
accusing those 85 families of being cokeheads. But I think for families that are struggling, that's one thing. But for everybody, like they were going to give it to every person.
Yeah,
it's going to be like a free thing.
Yeah.
So the reason why this is significant is because Joe Rogan has always been the like anti-government, fuck the state, like fuck obligations, do what you want, live your life type guy. Like for years and years and years. And I've seen enough Joe Rogan to know, like if you go back 5 or 6 years or whatever, like super like, yeah, legalize all drugs, fucking whatever, you know, not like politically consistent, but I've seen a couple of clips lately where he's been like very weirdly etically conservative. Why'd he endorse Bernie a couple years ago? Well, I don't think he's very like politically consistent, you know? But like there's a very here, look, we'll just in terms of how this feels like from his perspective, I feel like this is like him saying like, yeah, like people have to stop like smoking weed, like it makes people lazy, like it makes people unable, like you can't work as hard, like if you're poor and you're smoking weed, like, you know, that's kind of on you. Why are you wasting money on weed when you could be like getting that bag, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, I think it has to come with like if I were to do a program, it would be more like a job program. Like I'll pay you while you get these marketable skills, while you train in these marketable skills, but I'm not going to pay you to just like
do nothing.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of entitlement that people have today that they just did not have before, where they feel like the government owes them something.
Dude, literally, like, straight up neocon talking points right there. Just right up neocon talking points. He didn't used to talk. I swear to God, he didn't used to talk like this.
Regardless of how little or how much they've put into the system, they feel like the government owes them something. So when you say to those people, hey, what do you think about universal basic income? Everybody gets $1,200 a month. They're like, we deserve it. You should fucking give us the money, man.
Yeah, you should.
You know, they start.
Listen to the way he's talking too. Joe Rogan, Mr. I'm a dumbass, is making fun of the entitled proletarians by affecting like this like lazy stoner voice when all he does is sit here and smoke weed and make like millions of dollars every month.
Man, you know, they start thinking goofy.
And then you get inflation.
Right.
Right?
That's not good.
Yeah, and that's what we're hit now.
And outpacing increases in salaries too.
Right.
Cost of living.
That's how inflation works. I'll notice that we're having inflation issues right now without universal basic income. Okay. Just...
And then
cost
you
of
have
living.
Supply shortages, so things are more expensive, harder to get.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody's get $1,200, what's going to happen to your rent?
I don't think it's a good idea to give everybody $1,200. I think some people need a fire lit under their ass. And if you want to make more exceptional people in this country, I don't think the way to do that is to give everybody $1,200.
Listen to that shit. Light a fire under your ass? Literally, like, poor people need to be, like, stressed about losing everything in order for them to be... Dude, Joe did not used to talk like this. I swear to God, he did not used to be like this.
No.
And his subreddit gives him shit for it. I'm just going to read comments, man. Give me the top and take less than a minute this time, please. I'll just wait. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Thank you.
What's the
Didn't own it, get PPP money. Seeing all the people in their Under Armour panties in a bunch hilarious. Jumping on to defend a millionaire that just talks shit and occasionally humps a stool doing stand-up. Couple million they didn't have to pay back. Isn't this his like company, the like broader media company that the podcast brand is under? I believe so. Yeah, Joe, everyone quit their jobs and stopped working because they got $2,000 from the government. That's a genius take. If this was true, the Great Resignation would have lasted about 3 weeks before the $2,000 was spent and people had to go back to work. This is so based. The truth is the pandemic made people realize how much their lives improved by not working a shitty, unrewarding job for no money. People that could afford to quit. People that were close to retiring quit. Even people at the bottom that made nothing quit too, because the $9 an hour bar is set so incomprehensibly low that you can pretty much do anything to scrap together 50 in a day, and you can do it without hating your life. Rogan is fucking psychotic if he thinks the job market wasn't permanently changed for the better thanks to COVID-19. And like, yeah, if everyone being told to stay at home for a little bit and getting like a job break is enough to make people no longer want to work, maybe the job market is what needs fixing, not people. That's what they want. They want to give you universal basic income and then silence, just two very smart men making smart arguments, nothing to see here. It's also completely false. They cut the program because of this supposed unwillingness to work and saw no increase in job seekers. Yeah, guys. So as this person very basedly links right here, there have been small-scale studies of actual UBI that have been done to test this theory that show no evidence that it makes people lazy. Guys, there are countries with more robust welfare states. You can go to Norway. They work too. All data we have on this indicates that UBIs, welfare, everything, all the safety nets you can build, they don't make people not want to work. The thing that makes people not want to work is when work fucking sucks. And work fucking sucks here in America. I'm not saying you guys go to Norway. I know that's expensive. I'm just saying, like, you can go there for a demonstration of this principle, you know? And again, I cannot overstate how big of a departure. For those of you who have watched, like, Joe Rogan kind of intermittently their whole lives, I haven't for, like, entertainment. I have because of my job, you know? But even a couple years back, this language from him is new, you know? This is some kind of, like, weird post-COVID economic austerity bullshit coming from, like, the ultra-wealthy, like, monkey man DMT guy, you know? How much of a handout did on it get again? He's acting like people didn't want to work simply because they had money. He's forgetting the volume of people. These comments are, like, uniformly negative. And I feel like we're going to see the same movement with Joe Rogan that we've seen with a lot of other figures who used to pretend to be apolitical. Joe Rogan fans are probably going to be more and more openly conservative with time. Or I should say, Joe Rogan will increasingly appeal to conservatives over time. I don't know how much of this is representative of Joe Rogan's fan base and how much of this is just the subreddit specifically turning on him, because they're even turning on Elon Musk, which is really, 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 really funny. Initially, JRE right-wing mods banned Roe v. Wade talking to sub. Yeah, the mods here I think are pretty bad. Slap fight breaks out in Joe Rogan when a mod decides that today is the day to ban all politics from the sub. Okay, whoa. What is with Reddit? It's taking forever to load everything. Jesus. Look at this. What? It's taking like 2 or 3 seconds to load every page. It wasn't doing this earlier. It's not my fucking internet. I have a gigabit. Mod, you are taking advantage of our free speech policy to spew your nonsense. Well, isn't it crazy how free speech loving conservatives, the nanosecond somebody's using their free speech in a way they don't like, are like, actually, ooh, this got bombarded. Since this was directed to me, I'll reply. First of all, I'm not American. I barely know about Roe v. Wade. I'm a pro-choice liberal who can still laugh at myself. Been wanting this place for 11 years. I know damn well the majority of people mad about this new rule don't listen to Jerry, give a fuck about Rogan. You came here when you got banned by our politics and the Donald got shut down. We've been testing the theory for the past 2 months and the evidence is crystal clear. You were taking advantage of our free speech policy to spew your nonsense back and forth. 57,000 upvotes. Oh my god. Yesterday, Mod was posting right-wing political memes on the 2nd of May. On the 3rd of May, after the conservative-stacked Supreme Court directly attacked abortion law, now is when politics were off-limit for the month of May and issuing 10 bans for bringing it up. Do I have that right? Haven't this entire subject been about free speech the whole month? Now is the time to clamp down on things. Fucking pathetic what giant pussies you guys are. Damn. Reddit drama. Holy shit. Oh! This was when Elon Musk was praising Chinese workers that he can abuse the rights of more than American workers. They won't just be burning the midnight oil, they'll be burning the 3 a.m. oil. They won't even leave the factory type of thing, whereas in America, people are trying to avoid going to work at all. Imagine saying this as a business leader and not realizing that you sound like a Dickens villain. Ah, yes, dude, when the sweatshop workers are in your factory at 3 a.m., that's definitely something they're doing because they want to work hard and not because you underpay them. Does Elon think work makes them free? Yeah, probably. Anyway, I find this really interesting. If this shift is representative of any broader attitudes, this is a very good thing. It's just a Reddit, you know. It's hard. It's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of Joe Rogan's audience. But Elon Musk personally cancels blogger's Tesla order after rude post. Did you guys see this, by the way? A Californian venture capitalist had his Tesla Motors Model X order canceled after he wrote about a badly run launch event. Now that's what I call. This is the future, by the way, that they want. First of all, this is funny because it's a venture capitalist, so it's funny when bad things happen to them. At the same time, though, like, can you imagine the sheer terror of, like, in a world where everything is owned by, like, 6 companies, of you, like, shit-talking a CEO on Twitter, and then all of a sudden, like, your grocery delivery order account gets canceled or whatever? Like, oh, sorry, you talked about Nestle's, baby formula policies on Twitter. Oops, you've been found in violation of community guidelines on your fucking grocery store drop off. Yeah, no more tap water for you. Yeesh. Joe gets defensive when Doug Stanhope criticizes Alex Jones. Oh shit! Wait, I haven't seen this one.
Like, there's other.
Wait, hold on. Oh, it's this guy, Gilbert Godfrey. Can you load the page? I'm getting really triggered by Reddit load times right now.
Like, there's.
I like this guy. I trust people who go out of their way to dress like an untrustworthy snake oil salesman, you know? This guy has gone out of his way.
Like, there's other comics I hate because they're terrible. Chelsea Handler.
How dare you?
Even kind of sounds like Gilbert.
I watched a special just to hate watch it. And
why didn't you watch a documentary about butterflies? Something positive.
Are you Alex Jonesing me? When I did Alex Jones's fucking thing, his podcast, before he was like over the top.
Do you want to do it while you're out here?
No.
Do you want to do it while you're out here?
No.
I'll set it up.
He's gone.
No.
When he started, when Alex Jones started in Austin, we were more popular than him, and he did this cable act.
He is so fucking gone. This must be way towards the end. Or maybe it's towards the beginning, before I only see him smoking a cigarette, but he's clearly on something. He's zooted and dooted right now.
Access thing.
Yeah.
And then that guy Charlie is like, yeah, he's just being a cartoon. He's trying to sell tickets, and then he bought his own bullshit.
Well, he's right about enough things that it's very confusing. You know, Alex Jones was right about Epstein.
Spaghetti against the wall.
No.
One of those strips of spaghetti is right.
No. He's right about more than spaghetti against the wall.
Wait, there were public indictments against Epstein going back as far as at least 2014. Everyone knew about Epstein. Wait, wasn't Epstein, like, basically publicly known as, like, that guy for decades before he died? Yeah, like, at least to the 90s. That's not, like, a crazy call or whatever. He just wasn't as big of a media figure because, you know, obviously there wasn't the whole spectacle of his arrest and then death. Yeah, he was convicted of shit back in the 90s. Yeah. Like, yeah. People always say shit like this with Alex Jones. Like, even Shionhead does. Of course Shionhead does this. But, like, Alex Jones will say something about, you know, like they're aborting the fetuses. They're taking the fetuses. They're chopping them up and they're burning them. They're burning them to power the city. Which, by the way, is the thing that an actual anti-choice advocate said in an actual congressional hearing just a couple days ago. And then, like, a little, like a month later or something, there will be a story about how, like, a company that does abortion services donated money to like civic outlets that went to the utilities and that paid for electricity for a little bit. So they're like, oh, well, he was right. I mean, he was right. There was a thing with abortions and a thing with electricity. Who said that? Oh, let me just play it. Hold on. Congress testimony, fetuses, DC burn. GOP anti-abortion witness claims DC authorities are burning aborted fetuses for electricity. This is true. This happened.
Because it is, frankly, inconvenient. Human persons, from their earliest days, poisoned in the womb and
this is the federal Congress, by the way. This is not some state Congress. This is the federal Congress. She was brought on as an expert witness.
Dismembered, torn limb from limb. Bodies thrown in medical waste bins and in places like Washington, D.C., burned to power the lights of the city's homes and streets. Let that image sink in with you for a moment. The next time you turn on the light, think of the incinerators.
She's doubling down. It wasn't a misspeak. She's actually committing to this deliberate talking point.
Think of what we're doing to ourselves so callously and so numbly. Always and everywhere, the convictions of pro-abortion activists are damaging, are deadly, and are devastating to the fabric of American democracy. To speak for the violent...
I'm sure babies rotate turbines very efficiently. Yeah, how do they think power plants work? I'm pretty sure... Okay, it's a little bit edgy. I'm pretty sure biological material makes for horrible fucking steam engines. It'd have to be a steam engine, right? Like, if you're burning any, like, non-fuel composite in order to power a city, you would have to... It'd be like a steam coal engine. But, like, I'm pretty sure the heat you'd get by burning a fetus... Yay big? Really? I feel like you could chop down one tree and get the thermal energy of, like, thousands of abortions. This seems like a very inefficient... Well, the real reason she said that, of course, is to, like, convince her lunatic followers. But, also, it's probably, like, Satan power, right? Like, she probably literally believes that you can fuel light bulbs with Satan power. Do you think she thinks the world is like Doom? Like in the Doom 2016 reboot, where Henson Energies opened a portal to hell? What's it called? Hadon? Yeah. That was sick, though. Okay, maybe that ain't so bad. Trump in the late 80s talked about liking them young. Is that when that quote was from the late 80s? Inside Epstein and Donald Trump's epic bromance. Dude! Feminists want to take away this bromance. Thanks for just having this here. Covering up the whole thing. Leftists hate successful men, okay? Oh, God. Hey, guys. Have you ever noticed how the only quote-unquote news sites that you'll ever find that don't do this subscription bullshit are conservative ones? Because they actually want to win? So, like, the Daily Wire or the Daily Mail or, like, all the post-millennial or all that shit, they never gatekeep. It's all these, like, snooty fucking lib or centrist places that are like, actually, you have to pay money to read our shitty articles, you know? But they don't do it. Pieces of shit. It's not leftists, Daniel K. Leftist websites also don't do this, you know. Jacobin doesn't do this. They do block me on Twitter, though. You know, fun reminder that Jacobin, or how the fuck you pronounce it, blocked me on Twitter. Why? Because they're cucks. Probably also because I diverted the Azov battalion to raid their office. Used my CIA contacts to send the Azov Armada to rustle them up a little bit. Yeah, the Hostomel horse handler strikes again, folks.
That's why we know about Operation Northwoods.
No. I knew about that beforehand, but or in that range. I read it online, but he told me about Bohemian Grove. He told me about Epstein's Island. When he told me about Epstein's Island, I was like, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Where a bunch of like really rich, influential people and politicians and world leaders go to fuck underage girls. I'm like, that's crazy. It's an island. That's crazy. And it turned out to be true. I was like, what? And he tells me people who told him.
The funny thing is, it's not even that crazy. The Bohemian Grove is just a country club where they probably all fuck each other or whatever. Listen, the revelation that ultra powerful people will traverse international waters in order to have sex with children is not a new one. This is like millennia old. None of this is like. Can you imagine being in like 1400s France and you're like, did you know that the king, the aristocrats have a... Oh, sorry, it's in France, not England. Oui. Did you know that the king has underage harem with the aristocrats? Oui. Like, no shit. What do you think powerful dudes have been doing for the fucking poor? That's like the first thing in the checklist. Like, I have unchecked power over lots of people. Underage harem. Like, that's literally like the second thing they do. This is why I'm an anarchist. They didn't have underage back... No, they didn't have underage back then. But they sure as shit do now, and I'm judging them. They say don't judge the past by the standards of today. I'm judging them. Oh, I'm judging them. Ooh, I'm judging them.
Him about it and how he heard about it.
Jamie, remember my counterpoint is Joe Francis from Girls Gone Wild. Let's go.
Go ahead.
No.
You can't connect the two. Like... I know you. If you hang out with Alex, you would understand. Like, Alex has problems.
I can't believe I almost got to hang out with Alex Jones. Tim Pool invited me to meet with him, but it was during the height of COVID, like the absolute peak of the first wave of COVID, or maybe the second wave. Come on, Vosh. Hey, haven't gotten COVID yet. Maybe I'll get another chance someday. Vosh was too chicken to hang out with Alex. Yeah, I should have sent Shu to go in my place. She would have like blown him or something. Vosh, I got COVID on a bad date. Oh, that sucks. Not even a good date? I'm sorry.
Definitely had problems. Yeah, a lot of alcoholism. But the problem with Alex is all day long he's investigating conspiracies and finding out how many of them are accurate.
Investigating? Okay.
And it freaks him out. And he needs someone around him to balance things out. And he doesn't have that. And when he does have that, when Alex talks to people like you or me, if Alex is here on a podcast...
Is this cut out?
No, this isn't. If we have a good time and Alex was like talking about stuff, you would know that he knows some stuff that is bizarre if true and then turns out to be true. And then you go, what are you doing? Like, how you? And you're like, all day I study these things. All day I investigate these things, and he does.
Have you seen the Alex Jones show? Yeah, he doesn't study the conspiracy theories. He invents the conspiracy theories. He just says whatever. What does he investigate? What? Okay.
He has a lot of like really weird influential people who contact him about weird information about shit that turns out to be fucking accurate, man.
At what point are we responsible?
Damn, rip. When did they start copywriting Joe Rogan segments?